guarantee play his life. He's actually gonna get the kill. Goes down to the bomb regardless. Doesn't really make a difference though. Sharks pick up and still away a half by here for their third on the T side.
Perfect they execute. I mean, the flashes were absolutely sublime. And the delayed flashes as well were lovely. So you had the initial ones that came in. I believe somebody has dropped more flashes just to be thrown in a little bit later when they already had the control. And just players towards heaven. I mean, what can you do? You're just completely blind. You can't stand out in the open. You know that there's players underneath you, but you can't do anything to stop them. Nothing at all. Look at this aggression here from Storms in. That's instantly punished by already ends out. No chance of a refrag there. He gets out with his life. And if you're Sharks right now, you're absolutely delighted that you just found an opening pick for nothing. Knowing that there's a possibility of resetting the money here as well for the CTs. That's pretty much a freebie.
Re-smokes in towards outside. Main smoke to make sure that there's going to be no vision. And there goes the response from the CTs. Actually, Dogs doesn't get a single kill. I thought he was going to get at least the one on Jay-Z, and that would have been an equal exchange there for giving them all the control. But now they have the information, and you see the reaction from the Sharks. They're actually going to start scampering in towards hell and heaven. And Fokyu needs to be careful. Jay-Z's been caught on a bit of a timing. Diego, not good enough. Dog takes him down, and Sadson getting into that fight might not be his wisest decision. He still has his teammates nearby, but the crunch on that A bomb side is going to start happening any moment now. And Gefolo, if he picks the right timing for this play, he can win them the round single-handedly.
Oh, but Fokyu, oh, how about that? 3 kills, just not expecting them to be in Sally, and he just sprays them down. Oh, beautiful. Gefolo, yeah, if he had the perfect timing, he could have walked out, but it was actually being held. He tried to catch the timing, it doesn't work out, can't find the kill on the player on the site. And look at that. That's just a lovely so setup there. Yeah. The best thing you really could have hoped for there if you're a W7M, because that was looking very, very dangerous. And, you know, I think Togs is going to be kicking himself a little bit there that he actually doesn't come away with at least 1 kill in towards the lobby. But it definitely softened that hold on A for his team. And if he took down the rifle, it was only the Deagle behind him as well, so there's definitely a possibility that he gets both. Then it's for sure a Sharks round. They'll try and hop out towards the A side this time around. ZD stops 2. Togs is going to be a little bit later, a little bit delayed, but the same fate. ZD with 4 and Gefolo left with just a block. It won't be the ace for ZD this time around, but he will not care because it's 6-3 in his team's favor.
One thing that I'm starting to notice, which I feel like we missed out on a lot on the previous map, Fokyu's actually picking up the slack again, right? There was a lot of moments, I feel like, on Anubis where he was put in those positions where you just feel, you can see how he gets the kill. But he wasn't able to do so, and Nuke is just completely different to it. Zadie as well, hitting some good form. I know this is just the pistols, but those are the rounds that actually build up the confidence on the A side. You get a couple comfortable kills on the defense. Artie and Zhao gonna drop down the vent. I believe that's been heard. This is madness. Storms has actually followed him down. And Artie and Zhao right now, you can't really fault him for not expecting this. This is such a risky play from the CT, but it works out.
He's just caught the perfect timing to get down behind him. But yeah, usually when the player goes down the vent, the only real place that you have to look at is you make sure that nobody's holding you that started down B, and then you turn around and look towards the vent to make sure nobody follows you. Catches the perfect timing, gets a perfect kill. Fokyu even finds one now as well, and you're down to just 3 on Sharks. They're going to just try and storm it out. Hut, ZD stop them on the pistols. How about with the rifles in their hands? Exact same position, but good for just the one. Sadson's going to try and drop onto the site. DRG with a nice double himself, but Gefolo now has to do it alone. He was immense in the clutch on Mirage. Let's see him do it again, but no. Stopped at the second hurdle. It's Fokyu to come up with the goods again, and yeah, you are seeing that performance. You are seeing that step up in form from the IGL of W7M. He knows that they're in a position to win this, and he wants to do everything in his power to get his team as close as possible to the line.
Rotations from Satson have been really good as well, right? The fact that he was already dropped down on the back of the site, you could tell that they weren't ready for that. Gafolo, I think, was the person that was left with the rifle. He was looking towards heaven straight away. If Satson decides to actually stay up in heaven, there is a realistic chance that Gafolo gets that kill. So little things making the big difference. Catches the timing for the rotation perfectly, and Sharks now on the half-buy, going back for another A play by the looks of it.
Molly down, here comes the HGs, and well, that's going to cancel it surely for a moment. Actually, it just reroutes them towards door. They're going to continue to try and pop out towards the site. Look at the damage being done through the wall. Sadson finds the kill. Molly doesn't actually force him out. It's an SMG in the back line causing absolute mayhem, and Doc waiting up close. He's going to be dealt with instantly. It's so clean, and body spam, BM, you name it, you're getting it. W7M letting Sharks know that they are in complete control of this one.
Yeah, 19-year-old Sadzin has been crazy throughout this entire day, by the way. I mean, yeah, obviously he slowed things down on the second map, but everyone from his team did. But on Mirage and now on Nuke, Sadzin's been all over the place, especially on the CT side. He's been so prominent. Come to think of it, he actually started his professional career in June 2022. Less than 2 years ago, he actually played his first official games on HLTN. Now he's already playing up to that level. Look at him go. Now he's got the AVP. He's put himself in a really precarious position. Good support there from teammates to be able to actually run away, but he's going to reroute in towards Squeaky and actually look for that opening kill. And they've actually just switched places with Foku. He's still thinking about going for something aggressive here. W7M. Not really looking like a team that's alright with leaning back and just playing from the back of the side, but finally they get punished for it.
Oh fuck, you need to be so careful. No. Oh my, how does he get 2 out of that position? That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. He spotted one more. He's done the damage as well. They know the player towards back lobby is going to be tagged up a little bit too. And Doc's not expecting a second player. Why would you? To walk through the smokes. DRG. He's going to try and get a refrag. Knows he's in towards Secret. That is such a risky peek there. The jump spot from Secret. ZD's going to be forced back because of that Molotov. The op giving away his position now as well. JZ. Not usually on the AWP, but he makes it work this time around. And DRG is going to have to do it on his own. Try and save the day for Sharks, but they're staring down the barrel of a 9-3 loss on their T side of Nuke. And now it's confirmed. Once again, the IGL of W7M with a monstrous performance.
Yeah, 16-5 here. He was an absolute monster on that Mirage as well. For those of you that have missed it, obviously, he actually unveiled himself, I'd say, in overtime, right? It wasn't that great before we got into overtime, so that's why you look at the numbers for Fokio on Mirage. It says 26 and 32, which is actually the 4th one in terms of kills on his side, but I think he was on around like 15 or 14 kills when we got into overtime, and he got like 9-8 kills in the matter of what, like 6-7 rounds, with and the majority of them with the AVP. So yeah, he went through an abysmal transformation on there, and now W7M in a great position to actually close things out here. Storms in with a nice opening. Coast actually fights back, but jumping out of the hut, trying to make themselves really hard to hit, but the kills are still going in favor of the CTs, and it has to be ZD in a 1 versus 3 to clutch it up. One of the players is already low on HP, and there is one waiting down the vent, so that's not a possibility. But he's still thinking about picking up the fight towards A.
Fola's just going to swing on the contact here. Jiggling now. There's a free kill. ZD finds a double. And he stepped back towards the door. Up the vent he comes. DRG strikes from behind and saves Sharks there from really letting that one slip through their fingers. Sharks have been so good on the pistols. They've only lost 1, and that was on the CT side of Anubis. They're going to be so thankful they win this pistol to keep themselves in the game. They deny a bomb plant as well. So we shouldn't see a force from W7M, and we won't.
Yeah. Even even with the damage that they were actually able to do. And they're gonna have a bit of a French tactical timeout right now. Just chill a little bit in spawn, have a nice chit chat, waste some time. You can tell Storm's in the middle of it. And are we getting a family picture? Yeah, we are. We are getting a family picture. Say cheese. How do you say cheese in Portuguese? He did take a picture. Are they trying to see who's the tallest? I think they are. Yeah. Is that a contest?
I have no idea what's going on.
I think that's they're having a contest right now, or Fokyu and Jay-Z just wanted to have a picture together, maybe. Without Sadzen. Oh, I think they're playing Simon Says, by the way. Are they playing Simon Says?
I think they are.
They are playing Simon Says, yeah. Alright. That's the end of it. There's 40 seconds now. You gotta run and die eventually, but...
I've never seen that. I've never seen that.
I've never
I'm
seen
actually
a
so
Simon
surprised
Says
you
live.
figured that out as well. Like, I'm looking at I'm like, what are these doing? Like, no idea. My brain just wouldn't figure that one out.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen a Simon Says in an official game, even though it's full eco, and now they're just gonna send it down the ramp. Well,
Satson even gets a kill.
yeah. That was a good Simon Says session.
Yeah, very good, very good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, chilling with the bros. Playing some... Oh, who's Simon? I actually didn't pay attention.
It was Stormson.
Okay, so they were
So
playing...
Stormson says...
Yeah, yeah. Well, back to the real deal CS. We're back to actually how the game is supposed to be played, and we're back to watching it. A buy round coming up for W7M on the T side rather. First buy that is, and Fokyu, even though he's taken some damages already down secret, and he spotted that smoke from Gafolo, so he knows that they've already rotated one down. Storms in, might actually go for the peak, decides against it. They've covered a lot of ground, to be fair, in terms of map control right now. The T's, they have one down secret, which is a whole lot on minute 20. But it's just a nice little slow default.
Because they have Foggy down secret though, surely we are going to see a little bit of a fake play towards A and maybe them hit ramp a little bit later on. Actually, I'm not so sure. They're still sat waiting towards the door. Doc playing in front of the smoke is actually quite dangerous. A is so heavily manned right now. I don't know if you get out on this site unless Fokyu finds this kill towards Doc. Okay, now it gets a whole lot weaker. Now you can hit it. Now you can try and get into the site and put them under pressure. But there's still going to be 3 players here. You need to find the SMGs up close. More importantly, the rifle out of heaven has been dealt with instantly. Audience out finds one from the back of the site. And it's down to just Gafolo, 2 players on the screen. And he won't get it done. It was so heavily manned there from Sharks. I thought they were going to be able to hold it. But once again, we have to sing his praises. It's the IGL. It's Fokyu running down secret, causing an absolute headache for the B player, just being annoying down there. You can't take him down, and then he finds the entry just to really open a pathway for his team.
Yeah, the only way that this round works out is if they get the kills almost instantly on the first 2 players, right? And Fokyu does that on the first one, then they got the second. I think it was on the Heaven player that was swinging. He gets insta headshot, so even with the 4-man setup towards the A-bomb side, even with a couple people actually getting their kills, and I think one actually was good for a double, Sharks still lose the round. And now you look at the money, that's going to be a pretty dire investment here. I mean, you're going to have the M4s, but that's going to be all about it. If you lose this round, you're done and out financially, and you might be done and out of the game here. A technical timeout. We hope that everything's going to be resolved quickly, of course. It's no good when, especially on the 3rd and final map, second half of such an important series to qualify for playoffs, the game can't just go swiftly, and we gotta have those annoying pauses. But you know, it is what it is. It happens at times. There's a lot of things that are annoying in life, but you can't really do without them. Can you think of one? What's one thing that's actually annoying, but you have to deal with on a daily basis? We can play a game.
I was gonna be so rude there, but
Yeah,
you
I
know,
know, I know, I know.
man, if
Yeah, I
you could
gave
see
you a
the
really good.
smile on my face there when
I
I was like, "Nah, Jack, don't do it." Yeah, no, no. Something annoying that I have to deal with on a daily basis. That's a tough one, man. There isn't really like much things that I find like extremely tedious.
Well,
Like,
not extremely tedious, like you hate it deeply, but just something that you'd rather not, but you have to. I can tell you mine.
yeah, you go tell me yours.
Laundry.
Yeah, that's
That's one I don't like. That's one of my big enemies. Well, thankfully for you, the game is back on, so you don't really have to think about it too much. And
I
we're back
have
to the
mine.
swing. Okay,
Ironing.
all right.
Just, you know, like because you said laundry, ironing. Yeah, it's
See, that's not annoying for me because I just don't do it.
That's fair. That's fair. Let's see if we can iron out the details of this round as W7M get down secret. Doc is going to be down already, and there was pretty much no information gathered, so he doesn't know. This is going to be a little bit of a surprise, and well, ZD kills 2, but one of them was his teammates. However, they haven't seen the bomb down towards secret. They might be realizing it now, as they know they can't go down the vent. Sad's in. Oh, nearly caught in a massive timing towards outside, and he is. 2 players just going to be looking directly at him. Still, nobody can deny this bomb plant here. And even though it is a 3v4, if you get players into position, if you get players in a decent spot, you will be able to fend off this retake. ZD is going to be up close first. Low HP player taken down. Needed more than just the one. But look at this. Maybe a flank from JZ. Stormson is going to be walking down the vent any moment now and creeping up behind him. And actually, he's going to double up single. Bomb planted for both players here. JZ is going to play first for sure. Door is going to swing open in just a moment. They kill 2 off it, and Gafolo doesn't have a kit. He has to get away. He is going for the save. Thought the play was towards the ramp, but the double single gets it done. And not a single round away, Ted, but a double round. W7M, they just need 2.
Oh, that was so unfortunate as well for the Sharks, right? So tough on the player that was actually protecting the diffuser, because Gafolo wasn't close enough to the ramp to guarantee that it was clear. So I think it was Togs actually. Togs had to be holding towards the left-hand side of the ramp and be wary of the econ as a possibility, right? And then the door just swings open and there's 2 people on the other side. You're probably not getting that double kill. Even if you get one of them, that's still not going to be enough for the round itself, simply because of Gapolo being that far away, and there was no way for him to get involved into this one. Sharks eco into this. Gafolo's the only one who's got a gun, and W7M have just rushed down secret in towards the B-bomb site, no questions asked.
They control a double with that Molotov. Tog's just going to be forced out. Pistols can't push past. A deeper Molotov now as well on the steps. Force them even further back. And you can drop a perfect smoke now as well. You've got complete control here. Follow. The saved rifle in the last round. He's done absolutely nothing, and he couldn't have done absolutely anything at all in this round. It's the perfect play call from W7M, and it's interesting because ramp hasn't been used at all in this nuke game. It's only the second time we've seen a team go towards ramp, and one of them was after the full round of waiting in T-spawn. Second time, they just rush it. Sharks have nobody there. 12-5. That is as free as a round as you are going to get. And I don't believe the Pistols are going to get their hands on any rifles at all. No, it's just a rifle that Gafolo brought forward from the previous one. They'll buy up what they can. Gafolo isn't even going to be on an AWP. Sharks need 7 in a row to save themselves.
Correct me if I'm wrong. We haven't really seen Gafolo on an AVP on the CT side so far, Nuke, and the game
No.
might end, right? And we know how prolific of an opener he is on the CT side. I feel like for a more stationary and, an opener that's really good with positioning, but not that crazy with his playstyle usually, Mirage was a bit different. An AVP on Nuke is a dream, but might end up just being a terror, and Stormson gets the kill. That might be the final play of the map and of the game. Dog trying to fight back, trying to keep them in this one, and he will be able to do so. It's a masterclass of a triple kill, a godlike sequence, and Sharks get number 6 on the board. There's only one issue with this. They have to double their round count, and yes, you heard that. You heard that well. You heard that correctly. They have to double the rounds that they've won so far just to force overtime.
My worry here is W7M have tried to rush this in the last 2 rounds. They've tried, yeah, it worked out the last time. They've tried to just kind of force that over the line. They can't keep playing with that same tempo. I think they need to slow it down a little bit, but the problem is you've got an AWP now on the other side in Gafolo. Sadison finds a lovely opening, and it's towards ramp again. DRG is going to try and get down the vent. Oh, is there going to be a timing had here? Sadison now breaking the glass, as now DRG realizing the player's gotten down behind him. He's sandwiched in between 2. SMG long range, loses the fight. Stormson holding the vent drop, but Orion's out. Very important, a vital frag. He's able to find it. Sadison's low. They get the bomb down. The retake needs to happen, and it needs to happen now. Fokyu behind the door, gets flashed completely. Oh, he's going to peek out. ZD helps him out, and it's down to just Gafolo. The man loves a clutch. AK in hand, has a kit. Here's the jiggle. ZD just playing for the information. It's just going to be a 3-2-1 swing in just a moment. There's the flash. Nobody blind on the smoke. Fokyu hits the headshot, and W7M shock Sharks, Ted. For the first time, they've finally beaten them in CS2.
What a result that is for W7M, for a team that has been getting some great wins on the board in best of ones, Jack. But we did mention, I'm just reading out the list once again. Bestia, 9Z, Pain, 9Z again, and the Sharks. Those are some of the top teams of the South American region, and one thing unites them: the fact that they've been able to best W7M in a best of 3 so far this year. Best of 3 record hasn't been great for the W7M boys, but winning this one against the Sharks, qualifying for the playoffs, and finally showing that they can actually bounce back. They can do it not only in BO1s, but in best of 3s, even when they get absolutely baffled on the map like they did on Anubis after losing 13 rounds in a row. What a result.
Massive, absolutely massive, Ted. You can see there is the confirmation. They qualify into the playoffs directly after that win. Sharks will drop down and reface Glories once again. Glories are going to be looking for their revenge. Sharks were quite dominant in that opening game, but anything can happen for sure. We've got a lot of rematches set up actually when we look towards those loser games, the elimination games that we're going to be, I believe, looking at tomorrow. But yeah, I think, to be honest, W7M, they deserved that after the way that they played. They were looking down and out on that Mirage. I think, to be honest, Sharks are just going to be kicking themselves, man. They had that Mirage in the palm of their hands. They finally looked to be able to close it out, and then they just came up short in 3 gun rounds. They're going to watch that back. They're going to realize, okay, they got a little bit unlucky in a few circumstances, but they only really have themselves to blame for not really having that killer instinct towards the end.
Yeah, absolutely. And you were spot on. I mean, tomorrow we're going to be in for 3 rematches, right? We don't have a graphic for it, but I'm just going to read you out the schedule for tomorrow. We have 4 more games, and that's going to conclude the group stage. After that, we move into the playoffs. But as you pointed out, the Group A decider, which is going to be actually the first one of the day, we'll see La Rougonette take on 9Z for the second time in this tournament. 9Z obviously won the first encounter. Then we're going to follow up with Fury Academy taking on Bestia. Bestia winning the first game. Then the only one that's actually a first for the tournament is going to be Solid taking on the Adawi Amigos. And in the final game of the day, we're going to see the Sharks have their rematch against Galores, or actually the other way around. Galores actually having their rematch against the Sharks and chance of redemption. With that being said, though, Jack, unfortunately, we're going to have to put an end to it. It's been over, I think, 12 hours of streaming for the day. It's been a long, exhausting, but really intriguing day. And we hope to see you tomorrow again for some more action here at the RES Regional Series 1 LATAM. But until then, have a nice night. Have a good night's sleep. And we'll be right here tomorrow for some more CS.
I have a very complicated job, but I love simple things so much. One move, one push. One touch. One love. One click. One XBet.